So I think I talked about this in a previous video, but the textbook finally says, from now on, this is direct from the textbook, from now on the text will assume all variables are positive. Absolute values are no longer needed. So we had worked when we were simplifying, and it was good to do that because all those principles were true. But it just gets really cumbersome to have to keep writing the absolute values. And so now we're just going to assume the variables are positive, and so we don't have to worry about the absolute values. Okay, so that's the note about variables. So now we're still simplifying. So I've got 32. Well, 32, see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay, 32 is 16 times 2. So I can take the square root of 16. That's going to get me a 4. And then m to the 7th, I've got to simplify that as well. So I'm going to take out, m to the 6th. 6 can be divided by 2, so that's m to the 3rd. And then left over on the inside, I'm going to have a 2 and an m. I don't know if I explained that very well. So think about it this way. 32 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then you have m, 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 m. You're not going to want to do this very many times. 5, 6, 7. So you're getting a 2 out and a 2 out. So 2 times 2. That's where the 4 comes from. And then you have 1, 2, 3 groups of m's. So that's where all of those are coming out as m cubed. What's left over? The 2 and the m. And that's why we have a 2m here. Now a note. That 3 that I wrote right there, be careful that that doesn't look like your index. So that's a 3 that's an exponent on m, and we have a square root, and we don't want to change it to a cubed root. That'd be wrong. Okay, so we'll do the next one. Minus 50 is 25 times 2. And then, so I'm going to have 5. And then, oh, it's m to the 7, so it'll be m cubed. And then I'll have left over 2m. Now you might be wondering about the m to the 7th, saying, well, why don't I just leave it in there? They were already the same. We still have to simplify the radical, so we might as well do it now. Okay, so we have 4. Let me do a different color here. We have 4 of this thing, m cubed square root 2m. That's what we have. Then we have 5 of the same thing. So it's like this is like a big, more like a pumpkin maybe. It's the same though as this pumpkin here. Okay? So what's 4 minus 5? Really what we're thinking is, what's 4 minus 5? It's negative 1. So a lot of our coefficients have been negative 1. We'll just write negative m cubed times the square root of 2m. And we're done with that one. All right, so we have another one. Looks similar, but it's a cubed root. So cubed root of 135. What goes into 135? I don't know. So I go over here to the side and I say 5 goes into 135. How many times? 27. Okay, good. I can take the cubed root of 27. So I've got the cubed root of 27. Let me see if I can put some color in to help. Times 5. And then I'll just write the x to the 7th. Okay. Minus, okay, what about the 40? I'm thinking 48 times 5. So I'm going to say it's the cubed root of, and then I'm going to have an 8 times 5. And then I still have that x to the 7th. Okay, that's a 7. So what's the cubed root of 27? 3. So the 3 comes out. We're also going to have some x's come out. It'll be x. Oh, I got to divide by 3. So how many times does 3 go into 7? 2 times. And I'm going to have 1 left over. So cubed root, don't forget the cubed root. That 5 is that 5. And then there's an x left over. All right. Minus, and now I'm going to do the cubed root of 8, which is 2. I'm going to have the same number of x's coming out, so it's cubed root, so x squared. And then what do I have left? Cubed root, I'm going to have 5, and then a 5, and then a leftover x. Okay, so we did get the same radical and the same radicand. By the way, these variables in front, they also have to be the same if you're really going to combine them. So again, think of that as all being the common term, you know, like terms. So you have 3 of them, you take away 2 of them, and what do you have? You have 1 of them. And what is the them? X squared cubed root 5x. Okay?